Pantoja was here earlier. He had a lot of respect for you. But I know he was kind of like right in front of your face saying, let's fight, let's get this going. Did that make it kind of personal for you at all?
Nah, man. I mean, sorry if I'm not this guy who loves to talk shit in social media or try to make some drama. But at the end, that works for me, man. You know, the people love what I'm doing because it's real, it's natural. So I don't have nothing personal against Alexandre Pantoja. For sure, this competitive part of myself, knowing he beat me twice in the past, give me a different flavor for sure. But at the same time, I'm just thinking about the opportunity, man. The opportunity to, hey, if you beat Alexander Pantoja in the T-Mobile Arena, International Fight Week, man, your legacy, man, your legacy. So I'm just like very focused in that last goal to win my next fight, my second first title defense.
Like just a few days out from this massive fight.
I think the best feel I feeling is I deserve that. I deserve because not just because I beat the champion twice, but I deserve because I come for 3 in a row, 2 performance of the night with 2 top 5 opponents, and I think this is one of the best flyweight titles match because he come with one beautiful victory with the Kai Kara France and Davidson Figueiredo. This fight gonna be very excited for fans and everybody, and I'm excited to start to fighting. I'm excited to July 8th. The octagon's closed, and let's go.
It is interesting, right? The history between you two, that he has beaten you twice. I mean, how much does that impact this? Like, is there like a mental thing there when you get in there or something, you know, about the technique? I mean, how much do those 2 last fights affect this fight?
I mean, I don't know how he's managing this new fight against me because I've been like watching like a stalker all his interviews and everything, and I can see it and he say no, but I can feel like he's motivated. Like, hey, I know I beat him, I can do it again. You know, he has this that kind of sensation. I can see it in his face and how he in his body language. For me, it's just that competitive part. Like, man, he beat you, but you need to know you are so different. And I don't like to talk too much about like, oh, I'm a different fighter and whatever, because I don't even need to talk about it. The people can say it. I mean, a lot of fighters say like, oh, I'm a different fighter. I changed too much. But then you watch their fights and it's kind of the same, you know. But my situation, I always put this example like, it's very similar, for example, with Charles Oliveira. Like, when he came to the UFC, he was a kind of, a good fighter, winning some fights, losing some fights, then getting some bonuses, then loses again. But then he started to win and win and win, and everybody was like, what happened with this guy? Why he's just winning? And then he got the title. He lost against Makhachev, but then he got this amazing victory against Benil Dariush. So I think it's very hard to find example like that, and I feel I'm that kind of example. You know, I just changed. I'm just different. You know, talking about the technical part, talking about the mental part, and that's it, man. I just want to show that to the world this Saturday. I don't want to talk too much about it, but man, I'm ready. I'm ready to shine this Saturday.
You mentioned the 2 victories that you have over him. How relevant are those fights, right? It's been 5 years since the last one, but, you know, mentally speaking, knowing that you've beat him, or maybe tactically, you know, you've been in there with him, how relevant are those fights to this one?
Really, this is nothing to me. You know, that's a different opponent for me. And one thing is, I'm excited to see how much me and Moreno involve. You know, everybody talking about how much he involved about his last fight with me, and that's what I want to see. You know, because I'm training America Top Team for 5 years. I never leave of the gym. I'm training a lot, and I'm involved a lot. And I want to see how much I'm involved with one guy I fight before. You know, that's a good interest for me, and maybe that's some more energy for Moreno because he lose to me twice. and maybe he's keeping this in his head. But for me, this is good because I know if I lose for someone twice times, I'm gonna make difference, and this make me very alert with that, and so prepared for that fight.
Brent, over here. If I had told you when you lost to Alexandre the first time and the Ultimate Fighter that you'd be fighting a third time, but for the UFC title, like years later, what would you have said then?
I don't know. Maybe yes, because I was very young. He was having a good moment, and in my mind, when I lost against him, yes. For example, maybe I'm trying to remember. Maybe the first month was very hard. Like, oh, I don't know. You have these negative thoughts in your mind, like, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I want to keep going. Blah blah blah. You wake up in the morning and you need to go and train, and you're like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to go to train today. But in the moment when I pass all those negative thoughts, I was focused on just keep going. Like, I need to keep going. I need to keep fighting, not just for me. For my wife, for my daughters, for my teammates, for all the people who believe in me. And I don't know, man. If you told me that in that moment, like, yeah, let's go. Yes, for sure. Just give me a new opportunity.
Is any part of you jealous about Yair's custom belt that he's been carrying around?
Oh man, it's beautiful. Actually, the belt is so beautiful. I don't know if you had the opportunity yet to watch the belt right here because he bring the belt with him. But it's beautiful. It's very nice. Not jealous, but it's just very nice.
Last thing for me, like 7 years since the Ultimate Fighter, you've been on this journey. You talk about your family, all those things. What would it mean for you on Saturday night to be undisputed UFC champion?
I think that word I deserve fight for the belt, and that's nice fight with Moreno, one guy what I respect a lot. One of the guys learn a lot with when he's lose, and one of the guy in the tough, he's a number 16, this the underdog guy, and when I fight with him in the tough, people think about maybe Pantoja is not good enough, but now everybody can see. The first fight of Tough 24, both guys gonna fight for the belt, That's very special for me, for Moreno, I think for all the guys for the Tough. This is a very special moment.
Pantoja, over here, other side. I'm curious, when you look at that fight against Brandon and on the Ultimate Fighter, when you're around him, what's the biggest difference you see in his skill set and his game from then to now?
That's a good question. A lot of people talking about how much Moreno involved, and his striking is much better now. He's have a boxing Mexican style, but I think his mind is the big difference. The mind bringing his to the belt, bringing his to the champion. I think that's point. His mind that's more evolved. I can see that.
Oh, right here. Hi, how you doing? So the first time you guys fought was on Tough. The second time you guys fought was on the prelims. How does it feel that both you guys have elevated your careers to the point now that you're in the co-main event of one of the UFC's premier events?
No, man, I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for myself, obviously. At the end of the day, I'm fighting for this, I don't know. In the past, I was just happy thinking hey, hopefully one day I'm going to fight in the International Fight Week. Not even thinking about belts, not even thinking about main events or, main cards. I just want to fight there.
Awesome.
But now, I don't know, nothing. Now I'm fighting that, Pantoja, happy for him for what he's doing.
And there's 3 teams that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and both you guys put on exciting fights. So, as far as the fight goes, is there a level of importance of stealing the show, putting on an incredible fight, or is it about beating him and keeping it about, is pleasing the crowd one of those top priorities as much as keeping the title?
Man, my mind is right now is focused just about the winning, man. I just want to win. I don't care nothing more. Man, I'm just so focusing win, man. Oof, just to think about winning right now, my skin, man. I just want to win.
When you watch that fight, what do you see in yourself then compared to now, like skill-wise?
I feel more confident in the cage, in the octagon. One of my coaches, Luciano Macarrão, he can control all my aggressive. I'm a very aggressive fighter. I like to put that in the cage. I like to put my opponent to feel that. but now I can control more that, I can use when I want.
Brandon, back here to your left. Obviously a lot's been made of the fact that you've lost to him twice now, but you're still a betting favorite. What does that mean to you? That at least the odds makers still think you're at least a better fighter.
Man, in the past when I was the favorite in the odds, I lost. So that doesn't mean nothing for me, man. I'm trying to never watch nothing about bets, about odds, who's the favorite, who's the underdog, because for me that doesn't matter. I think that's an extra motivation for Pantoja. Like, oh, I'm the underdog, okay. So I'm taking care of that. Okay, I'm thinking about it, and I'm just trying to win, man.